Well, here on the program, we always like to say that small towns are the backbone of our great state, and every small town has a story.
The Old Town Jail in Harvard has a unique story behind it. We stopped by to learn more. In this story, we make the connection between a Hollywood legend and the old jail in Harvard.
Hi everybody, we are in Harvard and we are learning more about a unique landmark here. And joining me now is Scott Stemper, and it's good to see you.
Thank you, John. Thanks for having us.
So we're talking about what's behind us here. It's the Harvard Jail. What is this?
It's not active, but it was built back in the 1890s, and it got a little bit of notoriety back in like 1943. And so there's a lot of history to it. It actually made national news.
Tell me about that.
Of course, 1943, we were right in the middle of World War II. And the big thing in America was victory gardens. And victory gardens were used for people to grow their own vegetables and fruit so that there would be more food to send to our troops. And so a young gentleman by the name of Robert Pinckney, he was 16 years old, he was the son of a local doctor. He was looking for areas to build his victory gardens in town. Well, he came across some tax sales that property was for sale, and he noticed that the tax sale, one of the properties, was actually the jail. So he goes to the city council, and they had made a mistake, but they listed it, and they mocked him, they laughed at him. So what'd he do? He turned around and bought the jail for $1.50. And so then the feud started. So they didn't believe it, and they really were pushing the issue, and they still continued to use the jail back in the 1943. And he wanted to charge them rent, and they were going to, but they never paid rent. In fact, they got very kind of vicious with him, and they actually removed the sidewalk. That was a pretty petty thing for them to do. Being 16, he couldn't sell it technically because he was too young, and so there was a lot of war bond being issued. Charlie McCarthy, some of your viewers might remember, Charlie McCarthy was the dummy, right? It was the puppet that
Edgar Bergen.
Edgar, yeah. So Charlie, the dummy, buys the jail on these war bonds out of California for $10,000. And so ultimately in the end, Charlie McCarthy, the dummy, deeds it back to the city of Harvard. So kind of a neat story.
Kind of a Hollywood connection a little bit to the Harvard Jail.
Yeah, it actually made national news. But again, Charlie McCarthy bought the jail for $10,000 in war bonds. And so it kind of served two purposes.
Mm-hmm. So today it's not used other than more of a landmark here.
Yeah, I don't think it would probably fit into jail standards in Nebraska. I'm not sure when was the last time that it was probably used, maybe in the 60s, maybe 1960s, but it could have been way before that.
All right, well, thank you for sharing the story of the Harvard Jail. A really interesting piece of history here in this community.
Yeah, there's a lot of history, especially around the World War II era.
Okay, thank you, Scott.
You bet. Thank you for having us.